All right, so in this video, we're going to be looking at how to solve a double inequality. And the main thing to keep in mind is that you can kind of treat this like an equation or a single inequality, but you have three sides to your expression. So anything you do, for example, to the middle part, you have to do to both outside components. And otherwise, it works more or less the same way as a regular inequality. If you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip your inequality signs in the opposite direction, all of that. So in this case, we have a denominator we want to get rid of. So I'm going to multiply, again, everything in this whole expression by 3. So if I multiply -3 by 3, I get 9. And then multiplying the middle part by 3 just cancels the denominator. And then multiplying 6 by 3 gives me 18. So now I'm going to do everything that I would do if I had a regular equation or a regular inequality, but I have to do it to all three parts. So I want to get rid of the 5 in the middle because I need x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 5. So I'm going to need 9 minus 5. And I'm going to need 18 minus 5. So if I simplify, I'm going to get 4. And 18 minus 5 is 13. And then I divide everything by 2 because, again, in the final form, I want x by itself. And so if I divide 4 by 2, I get 2. I'm not changing any of whether they have equal signs or not. All of those persist. And then 13 over 2. Now, if I have to divide by a negative number, I'm going to probably also want to rearrange the order because I want to make sure that the smaller number is on the left. And typically, when you write this in interval notation, you want things to go in the order they appear on the number line, so that you have a number and then a less than, and then the variable, and then a less than, and then the number, so that you know that x is in between these two values. So if I think about this in terms of drawing it on a number line, my number line, not exactly straight, but that's fine. There's my 2. 13 over 2 is 7.5, so that is bigger than 2, so I haven't made any mistakes in that regard. And then I want to be in between these because x is in between these numbers. That's basically what this notation means. So I'm in between them. What do I do on the ends? Well, the one on the left has an equality sign. So I either use a closed circle or filled in circle, or I use a square bracket. And then when there is no equal sign, I use a round parentheses, or I can also use an open circle. Now, if I write this in interval notation, if I've used the brackets and parentheses, I use those same symbols in the interval notation. So this becomes 2, 13 over 2, close parentheses. So this is a half open interval. That did not work very well. Let's try that again. Space, then 13 over 2. There we go. That's better.